A very good evening to you all. Yes, it is 6 o'clock and that means one thing, doesn't it? Of course, we've got a one-day special. Not only that, it is another big save show for you as well. Now, what I'm going to tell you is, please, again, go to the website and have a look at everything because we've got so much on offer here. Great prices as well. We can't possibly fit it all on the counter. But before you do anything, just say a very good evening to our wonderful guests. Of course, it's Abs is here with us in the studio.
Hi everyone.
How are you, Abs?
I'm very good, thanks. Merry Christmas everyone.
Oh, do you know, it's great to see you.
I'm
really
so
is.
happy to be back here. It's been a couple of weeks since I was here last time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad to be here and hope you're enjoying the show.
I'm sure everyone will be enjoying. And if you've got any emails or any questions to ask Abs, please let us know, studio@hochanda.com. But let's get right with it because, of course, the one-day special, this is what it's all about, isn't it? And we've got a massive saving for you as well. A £15 saving on this bundle. We're going to go through each and every one of these items as well. This is truly stunning. £29.26 is going to get you today's one-day special under item number 269329. Now, I've got some stunning samples as always from AALL Create, but I'm starting off with this butterfly. You do get two stencils, so there's one of them. This is our larger butterfly. Isn't that beautiful? The detail on this, Abs, is so fine, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, the stencils on this ODS in this one-day special are amazing. If you can see the details on the butterfly, and if you notice there are one nearly A4 size and one nearly A5 size,
yeah.
But the details inside the butterflies are different, and to give you that nice print and to give you those beautiful, but also the space in between. Can you see the spacing in between also is different? So you have that nice print, whether you use it with your sprays, your ink sprays, or you apply texture paste like I'm going to do my first demo, or you can do reverse technique with it, or use on jelly plate, as you can see on some of the samples that Catherine will show in a second. They are amazing and they're so intricate, they're so rich in details. I love them. They're amazing.
Absolutely stunning. And
you know, just to mention one detail, you can use as it is as a butterfly because it's beautiful, but also you can just use part of the wing because you have that mandala, you have that doodle, you have those flowers, you have those lines. It's so versatile, so you can use it either as a butterfly or just pick the section you want to highlight and you want to work with.
You certainly can. Just seeing one wing coming in the edge of the page, beautiful. But of course, we've got more than the stencils for you. We do have stamps also. I'm going to show you the stamps as well. They're absolutely beautiful. I must show you some of these samples in a second, but let me just show you the actual size of the stamps. You can see the packaging there. I'm just going to spin one of these around actually so I can hold this against there. This is the actual stamp itself. There we are. Lovely that you've got the sentiments in there as well. And then our little butterfly there as well. There it is. Beautiful, so much detail. And then there is another stencil for you as well. Oh, and do we get washi tape? Is that in there? Oh, didn't even spot that. Look at that. You've got 25mm in width with the washi tape as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you some of these samples while I'm here. And I've got to say, again, well done, design team. Amazing as always. This one's by Janet. Now that is stunning. Very, you know, there's not a lot of colour in there, Abs, but it doesn't need it, does it?
Absolutely. Just a bit of colour on your background, stamp that butterfly in the middle, and that's it, job done. But this one, there's a lot of work in here. She literally went with a marker and highlighted all the single small details inside the wings. It's amazing.
It really is amazing.
But it's so therapeutic for me, like to sit and doodle around it.
Yeah.
Just, you don't have to think about anything else. You don't have to like worry a lot. Just take your marker and doodle around the stencil.
Gorgeous. And of course, you've got the florals in here as well. That stamp set, absolutely beautiful. I mean, there's so many different samples here. We may or may not get to see them all. At this point, there you go, you see, the butterfly there, not using the entirety of the butterfly. And what a way to mix it up as well.
Absolutely. You can see here, this using the butterfly here, going with ink pads around it, but also mixed it with all those stamps. They work very, very well together. And you don't have to use the full butterfly. You can just use half of it or just part of it.
That is such a pretty flower there as well. Now, I can tell you it is already very, very busy. You are shopping ahead as well. When it comes to the one-day special, almost 20% of the stock has already gone.
Wow.
We're only 4 minutes in. We're not quite 5 minutes in, and it's already so busy. Showing you just as many as I can here because I know Abs is keen for me to show you as many samples as possible because you can see what you can achieve with this particular bundle. 269329 is the item number. There are more I can show later on as well, but I've got something else I need to tell you about quite quickly because we have a happy hour deal as well. Always great to tell you this very, very soon in the show because, of course, The price will go up at the end of the hour. It's not like the other products on the show. Happy hour prices will change once the hour is up. A £24 saving on this one. Now you're actually getting 8 stamps. Now we seem to be missing a stamp set, but you will, honestly, you'll get all 8. We can show you a picture of those as well. There they are, look. Just £31.92 is going to get you all of these. Individually, there's more than 8 stamps because you've got multiples in those packs, but 8 sets there, 301820. Do not miss out on that. Of course, you can pop that into your basket anytime, but if you don't check those baskets out before the end of the hour, that price will go up to £55.92. As I say as well, do be shopping ahead. We've got all sorts of fantastic stencils on the show for you. There's so much to show you. And the next item, I just have to smile when I see this. This still remains, I don't know if you know this, Abs, I've got quite a lot of stencils. This still remains my favourite all-time stencil.
Oh my God, that's a big compliment.
I love it, absolutely love it. And this is your totally dotted and your lots of dots, but not only the 6x6, you've got the A4 here as well. So you've got the best of everything. £3 saving, £14.98 is the price for this one. Really useful. I mean, I think you can see the detail there in the packaging, but just to put this onto a piece of black card as well, I am going to show you both of the stencils, because obviously, although it's the same design, so to speak, because the size changes, you're going to get different effects every time you use it. This is another stencil, Abs, where I can imagine Janet would draw into that and colour them all in.
I think she did it already.
Did she do that as well?
I need to ask her. I remember she did the triangle, the hexagon, the square, that's for sure. But the circle, I would ask her. She's in the guest room, so ask her later.
Yeah, she's going to be here tomorrow, guesting shows, and we've got a beautiful sample here as well. Let me have a look at this. Debbie did this one. Isn't that fabulous?
Wow.
Love it. The colours in there as well. Oh, and something very, very different for the next sample. Look at this one. What has been used in the background there,
Wow.
Abs? What sort
I
of
think
glaze
this is,
that?
I'm not sure, this is by Amanda Southern, this session. I'm not sure if it's a glaze or if it's, I think it's, or maybe a clear gesso, and then she did with ink, like ink pad around it, and she coloured the circles. I'm not sure. If Amanda is watching, please let us know.
Beautiful. And then in complete contrast again, we've got one from Jo there. Very subtle in the background, but how effective is that? If you haven't gone for these before, if you don't have these in your stash, you need them. Seriously, you need these. You will never regret getting these. 929919 is the item number. Now we're moving from circles to hexagons, so it's the same sort of principle. You've got the stencils and you've got a stamp in this one as well. The little stamp there will show you the size of this. But again, the A4 stencil and the 6x6 detail. I'm showing you the A4 there, but of course you've got the smaller version of it with the 6x6. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I don't think I've got a sample of this one here, but let me just show you the stamp. There you are. That's what you're actually getting in the stamp. Another great saving on this one. £8 saving, £17.97 is going to get you all 3 of those items there. 222722, and I can tell you we're very busy on that one already as well. Now, of course, we're going to stay with those shapes. We've got the triangles for you next. Same principle again, and you've got the stamp in this one. So absolutely gorgeous. I think this may be the next one I need to go for. I haven't got this one yet. £25.97 is the price on this one. Brand new today as a bundle, £729,852. Of course, you have got the A4. You have got the 6x6 as well. I will just bring that in because it is nice to see both of them, isn't it? Look how small some of these little triangles are. But you'll get a perfect impression every single time. And then the stamps as well, just amazing. You're going to use this time after time, aren't you?
Yeah, you can use them all the time. They're perfect for layering, for filling the gaps, for finishing touches, for creating backgrounds. They're amazing. Or just like this as a focal point, just do all those triangles and from the stencil and then draw around them and then just cut them around.
That's very clever, actually. I like that. Oh. Just remove that a little bit. I know it's meant to be there. It was flopping over her face, so we couldn't see her. There we are. Oh, look at this one. Do you know, I was thinking to myself, as soon as I saw this has got to be one of Jo's. There it is, beautiful. And what a clever way to use one of those lolly sticks that you see in some of those ice creams that we like to buy. Lovely one from Janet there as well. Beautiful. Now that, how is that?
That's Janet print. Yeah.
No.
She went around the triangle and then she doodled inside every single triangle.
It looks like I could just pick those up.
Yeah, but they're amazing. And inside, can you see that large triangle that has mini triangles?
Yeah.
That one using the 6x6 triangle inside the A4 triangle stencil. That's amazing.
It's stunning. Now, in particular, that one there, it looks as though I could pick that up, but if I turn it around, look, you will see that is completely flat. That is so clever. I love that. I want to go home and do that now. £17.97, £8 saving on this bundle as well. Great savings, I did tell you. 729852. Now, we do have much more. You will find it in the website. We've got so much. We will never possibly be able to get it all out on the counter. And of course, we all want to see demonstrations, don't we? Do watch out for everything on there, though. If there's anything you want to see in particular, then please do email in studio@hochanda.com. Also, questions for Abs as well, or just, I don't know, a Merry Christmas wish, a seasonal wish. That would be lovely as well. We've got lots of washi tapes for you there as well. Somebody was going through the website very quickly then. I don't quite know what happened there. That's how quick you might need to go through it to get through everything we've got on the show, though. Huge savings, and look at those 5-star reviews as well. Oh, you can't go wrong with AALL Create, that's what I think. Amazing stuff. Off to a busy start, but of course we do want to see demonstrations, so I'm going to hand it right over to Abs now.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So just before I start cooking, I just want to say happy birthday to my friend Aurélie. It's her birthday today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I meant to be with her today, but with the current situation I can't. So happy birthday, Aurélie. I wish you all the best, and I love you to bits. Okay, so for my first demo here, I thought I would play with these beautiful stencils from the ODS because they are amazing, and all the details you can have. This is white against white, so let me just move them. You can see here all those nice details and nice elements. So I thought what I'm going to do is I'll be using them all the 5 hours of the ODS, but each time I would try to use them in a different way.
Okay, yeah.
To show them how versatile they are and how you can use them. So for the first one, I'm going to be using with a texture paste. So I have here some white texture paste. That's by That's Crafty, if you're asking. One of my favorite texture paste. And I will start playing with the large butterfly. This is here I'm working on square piece of paper. I literally did not measure. I just cut square piece of paper as long as it it fits on that the butterfly fits on the square. And all I'm going to do is applying a thin layer of texture paste. Just make sure to hold your stencil so it doesn't move, because it's so thin. It's not thin, it's so rich in details. Well, it's thin as well because it's a stencil. It's not like stamps are thicker. But just make sure it's not moving to have a nice print at the end and a nice detail. Okay. So just
That's Crafty texture paste. I'm sure we'll find that on the website if you do want to find that as well, along with other products.
Okay, so I did here the first wing. Okay. I'm just making sure I covered all those small details, because I think that's the beauty of this stencil, is all those small details.
Definitely.
Okay, so that's fine. Me, I'm left-handed, so I prefer turning my page.
I've never even noticed that before, Abs, that you were left-handed.
I am, yeah. So I prefer turning and then hold that part and then do the second wing.
I think we're so mesmerised by what you do. Although we're watching your hands, we don't sort of take on board which hand you're using. We just love the techniques.
I'm left-handed. I write with left and I eat with the left and I do everything with my left hand.
Really? You know, we are very busy on the one-day special. A quarter of the stock has already gone. I would urge you to check your baskets out very quickly today.
Oh, wow.
Especially if you're going for the happy hour as well, don't forget that, because that is a great buy. I'm just looking at the clock, we're only 14 minutes in.
Okay, so I'm just going to put back all that excess, because I have a lot here. Just quickly removing all that excess.
Okay. And it hasn't moved at all, has it? That's a really good tip about, you know, using the paste, a nice thin layer of it, just to get everything to hold into place.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to gently remove my stencil. I don't want to speed up to don't ruin any of those beautiful designs. And it's easy to remove because, and you see here, I don't know if you can show on the camera.
Maybe tilt that towards the front camera, we should be able to get the right sort of effect. Look at that now.
Yeah, that better. Yeah, they can see the details. And this is just applying texture paste. And if you notice here, I did go a little bit outside the stencils. I don't mind having all those lines because later when I add the color, it's a nice texture. It's adds a nice texture. I did not want to have only the butterfly. I want the butterfly, but I want to blend in with the rest of this with the background. So that's why I went a little bit out. Just quickly, if you don't mind, because you know the stencil, because I'm using texture paste.
Do get into the habit, everybody, of cleaning these straight away.
I should have brought something and put just in a glass of water, and like in water or something. But the good thing is I applied thin layer, so I don't have that much texture paste to get rid of, so it's not a problem. And also while you're doing that, I'm not going to wait for this one to dry. Leave it to dry properly to make sure all the texture paste is dry before we apply in more colors and more stuff. So I already have one done before the show, and as you can see here, it's already dry and it's ready to be used. I always, can you see here?
Yeah, we can see that.
All those details, and it's already dry. So let me put that one aside, the one that we just did, and let's work on this one. So what I was thinking is applying some watercolor, just some colors to the background before moving to the next step and playing with the stems to create our piece. I have here some, so I'm just going to spray some water.
Can I ask just what cardstock you did use, Alex?
I'm using a 250 GSM multimedia cardstock. I don't know if you have it in Hochanda, but it's the one I always use. It's paint on.
Okay, we did actually have a multimedia or mixed media bundle, didn't we, on Dolly Dimples earlier as well, that had all sorts of different cardstock in there. Also, of course, we have Pink Frog as well, which do, the Super Smooth will take quite a lot of moisture as well. They do a mixed media card as well, so do have a look on the website. Okay,
so now what I'm doing here, so I just water my own, I just put some water so I can start working on, and then all what I do, I'm just going to bring some colors here. I'm not going to color anything, it's just added some colors because it's white against white, and we need to bring some color. So that's why it's very important to make sure your texture paste is completely dry before start adding water and the color, because otherwise you will have all your textures around and it's not nice sometimes.
Now, I'm not going to stop you, and we're not going to take the camera off you at the moment, Abs, but I can let everybody know that, already 30% of the one-day special is gone. It is going very, very quickly. If you want this, please do not wait. Do check those baskets out. We're not going to take our eyes off Ab because we love watching him, but I'm just going to remind you, you've got the 2 stencils in there, you've got the butterfly stamp, you've got the beautiful floral stamp in there as well, and you've got the washi tape. So it really is, for $29.26, an amazing bundle. You are making that saving under the event, of course. 269,329.
So as you can see, I'm just adding some colors here, and I'm not really doing any blending technique or anything. Literally, I'm just applying the colors, and then I'm going to spray water and move my paper around to have all those colors create a nice blend and a nice, how to say, ombre.
Lovely. I'm loving the green
and
there.
Just
as well.
maybe should we add a little bit of, maybe add a little bit of magenta, just a little bit here on the side.
That's a nice colour.
And I don't mind going out of the butterfly, like outside the butterfly, and not only inside the butterfly. Was it this one? Yeah.
If we'd got our sprays, could we do a similar thing with the sprays as well?
You can do, yeah, and it makes your job very easy because it's a bit quicker. Yeah. You see, I'm going also outside the butterfly because I'm going to add later some collage and some stamping and so many things around. I think I'm going to stop here for now, but if you're home, you can add as many colors you want. You can keep layering, you can add colors. Take your time doing all those steps to have a very beautiful and different result each time. So I'm going to work here, wonderful. But so far if you can see, kind of we have 3 lines, 3 blocks, but we don't want that. We want everything to blend in and so that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray water again. And I'm just going to try to move all my paper here to have all the colors mixed very well in between. And then we're going to leave it like this.
You can see the orange appearing in the
centre. And you can also get it down to have those drips if you want. See? All the sided, so it's nice to have all those drips. I think I'm going to just add also maybe 1 drip here. So maybe add that bit of yellow so we don't have it this way. And I'm happy with it like this. I'm going to put the side dry while we do more stamping and we do.
Would you always let that dry naturally, Abs? Would you not force dry it because of the texture? Could you spoil the texture of the
I'm not a fan of using, I don't know if you know, but I'm not a fan of using head guns. I prefer dry it naturally because for me, the more, when I use a head gun, sometimes I lose a little bit of, the pigment of the colors and you don't, but also not only that, when it dries naturally, you see all those lines, like the water around when the water dries, and you have a nice texture, so it's a shame to lose it sometimes.
I totally
so
agree.
I prefer keeping all those details.
So everybody at home, just be patient.
Just be patient, but it doesn't take that long because I did not put that much, and we have texture paste, we have watercolor paper, so it should be fine. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my cardstock, and then let's do some stamping. So we are
so busy. I was going to try and sneak in 1 or 2 little extra bits and pieces for you there. I was waiting for a nice natural break, but I know Abs is so keen to show us as much as possible. Just going to let you know about this one because we've got another stencil set for you here. We've got Panache, the Flicks and Mock Croc. We are very busy for this one. Only £9.97. You're finding those bargains, aren't you? £15 saving, 501766. Then we have some stamps for you as well. So we'll just bring the details in for these. I did tell you we've got so much we haven't got on the counter still to tell you about. We've got the A7 stamps here, the squared digits, the mini tribal and the circled numbers there. Look at the saving again. £12 saving, £11.97, 273541. Amazing. We've got so many bargains for you as well. Now I promise you, we will be back with Abs in a second, but I've just got to tell you about these as well. The A4 stamps that I'm holding here. Look at these. 14 stamps in total, a £12 saving. So not quite half price, but almost there. I've got a couple to show you. We're looking at the details for the first one, first of all. Enjoy the journey, 991897. Do you know, I am just going to put the other one down and just show you the actual stamps here as well, so you can appreciate, because they are bigger than they look on the packaging. That's what you get in there. Look at those. Fabulous. And we've got one more set. Oh, these are nice as well. I'll show you the actual stamps again. There's the packaging so you can see what you're getting. Plant Your Dreams, 10 stamps in this one. Again, £12.99, and you are making that £12 saving again. 472129 is the item number. I can't repeat it enough. We are offering so many bargains throughout this show. We really are. And we're busy across the board as well. Right, Abs, I can tell you that when it comes to the one-day special, a third of the stock has gone. Already.
So what I did here, I'm using that the border stamp set from the one-day special, and they just stamped that small flower. It's so beautiful here. And now I'm gonna stamp, sorry, the other part of it here. But also, this stamp set, it comes with a beautiful, beautiful sentiments. As you can see here, you have nice sentiments to go with as well. You don't have only the flowers. This is what I really like, this bundle here. It's a complete set. You have your focal points, but also you have all your sentiments to go to. So also, and that also stamped very well. I'm using here the Autour de Create acrylic blocks. So all what I'm doing is just lifting them, and then you have your very beautiful and perfect print in there. Just going to do another one.
Nice print, isn't it? Perhaps I've got another question actually. I can see that you're working on your paper pad there rather than turn a page out. Does that actually help because you've got that sponginess underneath?
Just lazy.
It's just lazy.
Just lazy.
Do you know, I
do it all the time, but I must admit it also helps.
Yeah.
I must admit that it does help with the stamping, because you have all those nice layers and coats underneath, so it helps with the stamping. But for me, I always work on, sometimes I'll do my background, the piece that I was creating, sometimes I can show it on my block, and then when I finish, I just tear it and then trim it to the size I want to it. So it's just me being lazy. So, okay, I did those two here, stamped them, ready to be used for my project. And then quickly, I'm going to also stamp that nice, beautiful A7 butterfly. We have also parts of the ODS bundle. Okay. That butterfly is so, so beautiful. And what I'm thinking is, most of this, when I first cut them, I already done them before, so before the show, so we don't have to keep watching me doing all that plastic cutting.
It's nice to see you stamp them out, because we can, every single time we see the quality.
Oh yeah, for me it's it's always important to show what they get, because we see sometimes packaging, but when it stamps, then we see it, all the details, and we see the actual stamp and actually what you're gonna get. Oops, and now I broke that one. Oh, that's perfect print. Let me put that one aside. Oops. Okay. That one is done. Where's this? And now what I'm going to do is, after stamping all of this, just take your time at home, do all the fussy cutting here around, do them, and then, so I have here the butterfly done, and I think I have Yep, I have also a second butterfly. I have that flower cut, and then also I have, so for example, for this one here, and because we have that background, you can see here on the packaging as well, you can see how that background, all those details on the background, and not only the flowers. So what I usually do is I stamp it straight away on my project, and then fussy cut only those elements, and then put them, raise them 3D.
Yeah.
When I stick them at the end, I just put foam or 3D thing, or 3D glue or something to give them some dimension and some 3D effects.
Wonderful.
So that's what I did here. That's all done.
Okay.
Let that aside because I already cut. Bring my project back. It's, as you can see, it's not 100% dry mine because of course I just left it a few minutes. I did not give it at home. I leave it dry properly. Or if you're in a rush, you can always use your heat gun. But for me, I always take my time. I don't want to rush it. And all what I'm going to do now is, you see, this is just to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the butterfly not exactly the center, but slightly off the center, the body, because I want to see that beautiful details here. And then you have one of the other flowers. Where did they put them?
Oh, there's one on the floor, Abs, I can see.
Oh yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. So, and then you just, I just don't want to put them now yet because it's not dry, but I'm going to do another steps. And then you can add that one here. You have more flowers from there. So this is, will be my focal point, will be here, this section here, with all this collage of flowers and butterflies. Okay. So let's put them aside and let's carry on working a little bit on this background here. So while the center is drying, I'm going to take some background stamps that we have in the show. I'm going to use the also the A7 here because it has also all those beautiful numbers and letters and textures. This is beautiful to add textures, but also we have the squares, we have the hexagons, we have triangles, we have the all those small A7 ones are part of the bundles during the show. Big saving on this if you want to grab some.
Now, we have got different item numbers for all of those stamps there as well, of course. So do have a look on the website. When it comes to the lots of circles, the squares, the hexagons, the triangles, all different item numbers. The other bundle there, I've got a feeling that was one that we did show a little bit earlier. Has that got the croc? One of the sets
yes,
there you've got?
It has,
it was. We did show the details a little bit earlier, and I know we're busy on those as well, because I did say you found those bargains. You really have. A little reminder as well about the one-day special, of course, because the butterfly that Abs is going to use again there is part of that one-day special. The beautiful stencils, half, in fact, more than half the stock has now gone on the one-day special. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's it. It's very, very busy. That means, again, I've got to keep doing this. You must check those baskets out. Don't let things sit there, because if they do, they will time out and they'll bounce out. And things are just, you know, I'm getting constant updates. And it might be suddenly I'm giving you another update that's suddenly jumped up again. And if you've missed out, you will be kicking yourselves, believe you me. Right, Abs.
Okay, so all what I'm doing here is, so I brought, sorry, I'm just amused with it. So I brought here some permanent ink pads, and I brought the colors that I'm using and that I used in my background, just sort of similar colors, and but also a little bit of red and the black here that I'm going to use for contrast later. Because when we have all continuity of color, it's beautiful, but we need a contrast at the end, something to stand out and something to make it look more finished. So I have my colors here. I start using with this one. I think it's called Splodge, if I'm not wrong. It's one of the A7s here. As you can see, I just start stamping the first part in there. And what I'm trying...
I love that. That stamp is amazing. Look at that. I actually did think you'd done a splodge there.
Yeah. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add maybe a little bit in here. Just let me add 2.
Oh, these are a must-have, aren't they? Details on the screen for everybody. There are 4. Now, it does say limited on the screen. Is that limited stock? No, we need to take that off. I can tell you they're not limited at the moment. It's the first time we've shown them. They might be very quickly if you get your hands on these, because £15.96, £16 saving. Look at this. This is a must-have bundle as far as I'm concerned. You've got you've got the checks, the tile pile, the alphabet splatter, and the splodge as well. That's splodge, amazing. Oh, £16 is the saving, so it's better than half price. 513890.
And as you can see for this step, I'm trying to stamp the green where the green is, using the yellow ink pad where the yellow color is, and then the pink is. And then at the end, I will start bringing a little bit the colors the other side to make it more balanced and everything. So now I'm going to do the yellow. That's another one of my favorite, small A7, but it's so effective, and I use it a lot. So I'm just going to stamp some of those circles here.
Okay, we will find the details for you for this particular stamp as well. There's so much on there. Our poor producer, Kate, she's working so hard because she's trying
I'm
to find all
sorry,
the
Katie.
details.
I'm
No, we
sorry.
need to see it though. It is lovely to see the mix, you know, because some people may already have certain things and then they might want other items to go with them and they want to see how they work together. So it's great to see so much.
So I'm just adding that small here. This one is not quite dry, so I'm trying to avoid that center, but later when it dries, I will add more details. Can you see just the small details I'm doing now? You may think just, oh, it's only small detail, but that's what make everything look beautiful at the end, is the combination and is all that collage piece or all that mix of designs, patterns, colors and textures that make everything look beautiful. I'm going to stop with that one for now. Let me pick the pink now and the, yeah. And I'm going to go with this one is also part of those small A7 bundles. I think there's 3 bundles, if I'm not wrong, the A7s.
Do you know the individual name of that one that you've got there?
No.
It is the same bundle. We've got the details on the screen, so you don't really have to worry about it. That's what you're getting there, where we can show you all 4.
That's the one, yeah, part of the same bundle.
They just get better and better, these bundles, don't
all what I'm doing is a small details around my butterfly, just to make it look more finished and add more details. I don't mind going a little bit on the butterfly also to add that nice finished look. Okay. I'm going to stop here, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring that nice butterfly from the ODS. We have all those, as I said before, those nice, as you can see here, the numbers and the letters from, as you can see, all those number 1 to, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have removed that one. Just let me put it here.
Well, you know, I said some of the figures may change and quite rapidly. Guess how much of the one-day special has gone, Abs?
You said 50, so over 50
it's
now.
It's gone up a little bit more now.
Oh, is it?
2/3 of the stock has now gone. This is the launch show, remember. Please be quick.
Oh my God. Okay, so hopefully I can finish my demos because I have quite a lot of demos planned for these 5 hours. What I'm gonna do now, I brought a little bit of the black now and I want to stamp those numbers because I really, really like those numbers and letters. So I'm just gonna start here on this section. Do a little bit of that black. I start bringing the black, you see 1 to 5 in there. And I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. And this time, stamp part of it here, just a little bit to have that both sides, and then carry on maybe slide here and in there.
When you're doing any project, Abs, obviously there's a lot going on in the background, there's lots of different stencils and stamps being used, but do you always try and find some sort of balance?
So when I start is, I try to, so the balance for me is, I would not lie and say from the beginning I'm balancing everything. Now I put what I have in mind, like in terms of colors, textures, collage, stamp, and then at some point, the only thing that I keep in mind is I don't have to put a lot. Because when you put a lot on it, it will be very hard to connect everything and to balance. So try just to fill only the space that you need to be filled, like what your focal point is or around the focal point. And then when it comes to balancing, I just add small pieces as long as everything is connected and not throwing left and right. Okay. As Joe Rice taught me a word the other day, she's like, we don't want a pizza topping. Because if you start doing one left, right, that's called like pizza topping. Yeah. She said we don't want pizza topping. We just want everything to be connected and look beautiful.
That's a really good way of putting it. She's a clever lady, isn't she?
So I'm using now a little bit of brown and the red. And all I'm going to do is those small square ones. We have triangles, we have hexagons, we have squares, and we have circles here on the show. And I'm going around my page and try to... And you will see those how they really, really finish off that piece and really, really add a lot to your project.
I think they're so useful, the stamps and the stencils, regardless of the
Can you see here
shape.
that kind of frame started building? I think if I bring this one and work on the white, maybe you can see it better. But if we have black cardstock, it's even better. But still, you can see when I be working on the white what I'm doing here. And it's nothing straight, not the same length of that border. I'm just stamping in and out, just adding a little bit here and there. Turn that one, do the same thing here in that side. Bring more the other side. Keep repeating this one. Keep repeating this this technique or this step. I mean, it's not really a technique. It's just stamping in and out. That background, beautiful stem set. That square in there. You can also make this with hexagons or triangles. You don't have to stick only to the square.
Of course, yeah.
And to be fair, the more you mix, the more interesting backgrounds you have and the more beautiful results you achieve each time. So actually I'm going to stop with the square, bring a little bit of
we
triangles.
can definitely find the hexagons, the triangles and the circles on the website. That's where you will find all of those. As Abs has said, the same techniques, just different shapes, so it's entirely up to you which one you want. The triangles is what Abs is just about to work with as well. We can show you those on the screen so you can see exactly what you're getting. You've got the A4 stencil, the 6x6 and also the stamp as well with an £8 saving. Perhaps you've been collecting the shapes and you're missing one or two. This is your chance to, of course, fill those gaps and make those savings. 729852 is the item number for the triangles.
Okay, so I'm just adding here, as you can see, triangles. They work really well with the squares. So you have all that nice thing there. So let me add a little bit in here and then we can move to something else. Let me do you know what? I'm going to add hexagons now. So we have a nice, interesting mix.
I can tell you the hexagons have been extremely busy so far this hour as well. 2/3 of the stock has gone on the hexagons alone. Yeah.
It's only half an hour.
I know, it's busy out there, Abs.
Thank you so much, everyone, for support. It really, really means a lot to us. And as I say, this is the last month of the year, and people have been supporting us all year long. And I can't say how much grateful I am for all the support. So doing these shows with a lot of bargains and offers to everyone is just a way from us to say thank you for all the support. So I'm really, really pleased. To be honest, each time we come here to Hochanda, we have a lot of support. But most importantly, what I really, really like is when people receive their product and start sharing on social media. That's my favorite part. So please, if you're buying anything from the shows today, don't forget to show us what you do. Yes. Okay, so I used all those hexagons, squares and triangles. Can you see it? Kind of framed it already.
Yeah,
I'm going to add a little bit here, but I don't want to touch it now because it's still wet. And and that yellow really wanted to pop in there. So I just did not do here, but later on I'm going to do it.
Okay. Would you like us to have a bit of recut and allow that to dry a bit more?
Yeah, we can do that. And then when we come back, we do the final combination. And
I'll just give that a little bit more time because it would be lovely to see that totally finished, wouldn't it? I can tell you when it comes to the one-day special, 70% of the stock has now gone. Seriously, if you want this, do not miss out on it. Check your baskets out right now. I'm going to try and show you both of the butterfly stencils together. They're a little bit too big to fit onto the A4 all in one go, but I want to show you the difference in the detail in the wings again here. So you can see that. I hadn't realised it because at the first point of putting one against the black card, it was the larger one. Then I swapped them over. Do you know, I'm just going to swizzle those around the other way as well, just because it makes it a bit easier for our camera. I know they're hanging off the edge. I was trying to get as much on the black card as I could, but you can see the difference there. And of course, you don't have to use the stencils in their entirety either. So much detail. Do take a leaf out of Ab's book though. Make sure you always clean these when using your texture paste. Don't leave them to dry with the paste on there. Look after them. But it's not just about, of course, the stencils. We have got the stamps as well. Now, the little butterfly that Abs has used so much, actually, in this demonstration so far, this is just stunning, isn't it? There it is. That's what you get in there. With those numbers, the beautiful butterfly, you've got the text in the background as well. Really, really lovely. But I've got to say, when it comes to the flowers as well, these are, again, I've got to make sure I get these the right way around because it's hard to tell until you're stamping. There we are. I can see it now. There we are. Oh, look at these. And you can see, because Abs did show us how he'd fussy cut around some of these, you've got the detail in the background again. So if you want to bring forward the flowers, then you stamp on the page and then you cut out the flowers and overlay them with your foam pads, and you've got that beautiful detail still behind there as well. All of that for £29.26. Just as I'm doing the rest of the details, I will show you one or two more samples because we didn't see them all the first time around, and there's so much work gone into these. Item number is 269329. Just showed you one there from Janet, another one from Joe there as well. Do you know, every single one of these samples is completely different, despite using the same stencils, despite using the same stamps, you know, depending on the areas you use, whether you use them in their entirety, different results every single time. 269329, do not miss out on that. I do feel that some people are going to miss out on that though, because I don't think we're going to have the stock to cover everybody's wishes. But we do have happy hour for you as well. You must check this out before the top of the hour. We've been very busy on this one as well. You are saving £24. £31.92 will get you all 8. Yes, we know there's only 7 there, but we can show you the 8 on the screen. You will get the 8th one included, 301820. Now you've only got just over 20 minutes to get your happy hour deal, because that price will go back up to £55.92. Now I've got a couple more things just to show you as well. I absolutely adore this stamp. This is so, so beautiful. I'm going to show you the stamps again. Isn't that stunning? Blooming poppies. This is what you're actually getting. I do believe I've got this back to front, but you know, just to see the flowers there. You can see the size of these. The text will come out the right way, obviously, when you work with these. Beautiful. 055758. And then we can stay with the butterfly theme as well. Oh, I remember some samples I've seen from this one before. This, believe you me, is absolutely beautiful once again. Now you've got the Floral Wings here, 4 stamps in total. Let me just spin that around so you can see how wonderful is this. Have a look at this butterfly here. I was mesmerised when I saw this the very first time. Not only have you got the different sections, but you've got scenery in those wings. When you stamp this out, it is stunning. Look at the bridge there and the trees. I've never seen anything quite as beautiful, I don't think. 567479, a £6 saving again. Whew, busy show, Abs, but we're back to you now. How are you getting on?
I'm doing really well.
Oh, lovely.
So what I did here is I'm just trying to start bringing a little bit all those elements that I first looked at them before. Maybe I should bring them a little bit here towards my right. And then, so yeah, it's not 100% dry yet, but as I said, I never rush it, so I take my time. So this is just to show you what I'm gonna get later. So now what we can do is we can play a little bit with washi tapes to give it that more finished touch and that more finished sample. So I'm gonna leave the plain one for my next hour, or for, I think, is it 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. tomorrow?
8 p.m.
Because I really, now I'm trying to think if my demo with this one is 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. But anyway, I have an amazing demo, because a lot of people ask me, we love the plain, it's very useful, but we don't know what to do with it or how to use it a lot. So what I thought, I would do a whole demo just with that one. Use it with jelly plates, use it with the stencils, use it with a lot, and create your own unique washi tapes.
Will the one-day special still be there whenever we get to that? The washi tape is in with the one-day special as well. 80% of the stock has now gone. This is the launch hour. It is flying out, literally. And that is no pun because of the butterflies. It seriously is flying.
So here I have this another washi tape also from the show today, and this one I love it. Can you see that red? It has the red and the black. Let me open it just so you can see all the different patterns, because you don't have only the crosses, you have all those beautiful, yummy details. Can you see? You have red and in a blue, in black, sorry, not a blue, what I'm saying. I think you said 70% of the stock, and you already got me all stressed now what I'm going to do with the next demo. I literally sorted all my demos.
Oh, no, that's the way it goes. When we're really prepped and planned, that's what happens, things sell out.
But you know what's the good thing about it? If we sell out and cannot use it, that would be good for me to play with something different, because I love challenges and I love creating and getting messy.
We love to see it as well. It's very interesting to watch, you know, when you're working without a plan, it is quite frightening.
Sometimes
actually.
the most,
but it does work
is the
so
best
well.
part, I think, and the best demos come out, the ones that I would just go with the flow. Okay, so what I have here the red one and the black one. I'm just gonna quickly, like I did last time I was here, I love using those crosses to add my details. I'm gonna use also the rest of the washi tape, so I'm not gonna waste anything, because those small that I'm doing here, I'm just gonna stick them here because I will add small nice touches at the end. So this is all what I'm doing, trying to cut just that across first, and I cut it into 2 pieces.
Okay. I'm glad you're cutting out there, Abs. It gives me time just to give an update.
Oh, super, please do that.
Guess what? We're limited stock on the one-day special.
Oh my
Did
God.
warn you. Check those baskets out. If you've got anything sat in a basket now, especially the one-day special, and you're thinking, I don't want to lose this, but I'm still looking around the website, don't. Just check it out before you lose it, because somebody else will get it. 269329 is the item number. Oh, busy, busy, busy.
Busy, busy. Normally you will have the full cross here, as you can see, but I cut it the other leg. I call it a leg, part of that. So I'm just gonna bring it back here. So do not worry. So we will have it all sorted. Was it this way? Was it this way? Don't ever
There you go.
remember. There you go, we have our nice cross in there.
Lovely.
And then the second one here, I'm going to use a little bit of black, but I'm not going to bother and go and cut all this like the other one because I don't want them to look similar. So all I'm doing is just with my fingers, with my hand, I'm just tearing a little bit of those elements here around the, because what I want to have that cross like I did the red here, but I want to have a little bit of that background because we have those nice textures. It's a shame to cover them or to just cut them out.
Now, just to remind everybody watching there as well, from the one-day special, the items that Abs has used is the main, or the larger of the butterfly stencils, of course, with the texture paste, then the stamp with the butterfly, with the numbers in there as well, and that floral stamp as well. And although Abs is using washi tape, which isn't the plain one, you do get that one in there as well, which, of course, you can stamp over, do all those different things. Oh, we are so limited. 269329. In fact, I almost got to the end of the number, and I've just had that update. It is technically sold out. If anybody hasn't checked the baskets out and we're getting bounce backs, we will let you know. Now, we did check beforehand if there was any contingency, just in case this happened. We cannot bring this bundle back as it is in its entirety. But if I take something out of here, which will be this little one here, and leave what's left, we can offer the rest of the bundle. We cannot get any more of that stamp for you. So if you've just missed out, you can go for what's left here. So while stocks last, that has changed the price a little bit as well. A £12 saving, 24.27, 722,905. Oh, that poor little butterfly.
Do you know what? I'm really relieved because at least you kept the plain washi tape and the butterfly stencil.
Well, we're going to let you keep your little butterfly for now.
Yeah, no, you kept the butterflies. I mean, I'm relieved that those are still remaining and with the plain because I have a lot of demos using those.
Wonderful.
So even people who missed on the main ODS, they can go with the wild. Is that wild stock last called? Because those are so versatile, wonderful. And you're going to get a lot of them. Okay, so what I'm going to do here. So as you can see, I showed you. It's still not 100% dry, but we still have 4 hours. I'm going to show you later. What I'm going to do is just add my sentiment here, keep stamping a little bit here because it's still bothering me. I want to add some textures there. I did those washi tapes in red and in black in here. And my sentiment is one of those, we have a lot of A4s here on the shows, Catherine, a lot of A4 stamp set. So I took the one called Blooming Field, which is 229. Katie, sorry, you're working very hard today with me. And it has those nice, beautiful, sentiments. So I stamped it on calico, on a piece of fabric calico, to have more textures and to have more interesting patterns on that, and not only paper and cardstock. And just let me.
You know, for anyone that hasn't got any calico, I don't know if it's still available on the website, but we had a lovely mixed media bundle that had calico, hessian, and I think it was some PVC in it as well, which is great for your stamping. And
then once it's dry, you can add all those, and it adds a lot of textures and details. And the sentiment says, the time to be happy is now.
I love it.
And what says the other one? Where's the second part? It says, the time to be happy is now, and the place to be happy is here.
Oh, that's very apt.
So once all those are, when I stick them all, I'm going to bring a little bit of those. I would see if I stick them here, or maybe just I'll move them a little bit around there, add in more splatters and add in a lot of finishing touches with it. And then we can, we can call this one done. But of course, I'm going to add more stamping here and there just to balance it once my watercolor is dry.
It really does. Oh, the time to be happy is now. That's what everybody who managed to check their baskets out is saying, because they got the one-day special with that butterfly, of course. Oh, Abs, that was absolutely amazing. Let me just tell you then, just for anybody that's just tuned in possibly, the one-day special has sold out. We have got a contingency. We've lost one of the stamps from the one-day special because we do not have any more stocks, but you can still get the while stocks last, which includes the larger stencil and the smaller one as well, and that beautiful floral stamp. Let me just grab these again so you can see the two stencils. Just holding these together again so you can see the difference in them, not only the size but the detail as well. Do get the washi tape, the plain washi tape, and I know Abs is dying to show us some techniques with that as well, because you've got lots of options with it being a plain washi tape. It means you can stamp and do all sorts of wonderful things with it as well. And of course you've got your larger stamp set here with the florals on, which is absolutely beautiful, used as part of that demonstration there as well. 722905 is the item number for the While Stocks Last. £12 saving on this one, 24.27 is the price here. I am going to say though, don't hesitate with that one either, will you? Because I've got a feeling that that's going to be flying in just the same manner.
Oh my God, is that one busy too?
Yes, everything's busy.
Okay, so while all the thing is drying from the first demo and all those tech, I put them all aside to dry, and I'm going to stick later, show you it to finish. I thought in the meantime, let's start on another demo, on another project. So I have here another, you asked me before, this is a piece of paper here, but I'm just going to use, oh actually not this one, this is why I did my stamping, so let me pick another one.
Just under 5 minutes left, Dabs, if that's enough time.
Okay, let me quick, even if you don't finish it, I will still show you later on 8 p.m. show and everything. So I'm going to play again with a large butterfly, that beautiful butterfly, and this time I'm going to go with some distress oxide this time, and not permanent ink. So let me get some colors out. Should we go with, yeah, a little bit of yellow, I like yellow. All what I'm going to do now is just applying that color on my stencils. As I said, I'm using here distress oxide ink pads.
Okay.
So I'm using a little bit of that yellow, bring in a little bit, let me just bring a little bit of orange actually. So do my orange here.
That's a lovely colour. What is the orange one?
The orange, this one is the spice marmalade.
Oh, nice.
That's the spice marmalade. Okay, doing the orange. Do those wings but antennas, but if not we can add them later. And then actually I'm changing my mind, I'm gonna go with a little bit of red and pink. So one section will be red.
Lovely. I'm going to say a very good evening, or it may not be evening where you are, in the USA and Europe as well, because we've got viewers from all areas actually this evening. We're very busy as well, so we'd like to thank you in just the same way as we would like to thank our UK customers as well. It's lovely to have you aboard.
So I did the yellow, orange, red, and I'm adding a little bit of pink or magenta. Where is that? Is the picked raspberry here.
Right, yep.
The raspberry, that's a nice color as well. So applying a good layer of that color. I think I will stop here because I can't take ages doing all of that. And there are always people asking me, oh, Abs, we tried this one, did not work. Sometimes we have a light print, sometimes dark print. I always say it depends on how much ink you put and how much water. So obviously, if you don't have that much ink on your stencil, you will not have a good print. But also sometimes you have a lot of ink, but you don't have enough water to activate those pigments. That's why your print will not work 100%. Okay, so here
I depend on the cardstock somebody's using as well.
Again, and also that's a very good point actually. Sometimes you have all these right ingredients, but you're using the wrong cardstock. And if it's not watercolor, or if it's not multimedia, or if it's not super smooth, multimedia, or anything that takes water and anything that works with water. I think I'm running out of my paper as well. Okay, let me just use that one that I used before. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my kitchen roll here or tissue paper or anything and leave it for a few seconds. First of all, to absorb all the excess of the water and the ink, but secondly, to leave some time for that ink to sit on the paper and soak on the paper.
Just as that's sitting there, I'm just going to let everybody know, don't forget about the happy hour deal because you haven't got long left to check your baskets out with that one. Bottom of the screen for the details there. Remember, you're getting 8 full sets of stamps there. Really lovely set. There we are. We can see 7 of them there. You will get 8.
Okay, so are we back?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I did here is that I just removed all that one. As you can see, you have no water going outside the ink because everything was absorbed. And then you just remove your this one, and then you get that. And this is a really important and interesting point what I was saying. Can you see the difference here, Catherine, where we have that perfect print and we can see everything, but on some section like in here we have less, and that explains what I was just saying. And the reason why we have less here, either I did not have enough ink, I did not apply enough ink, or maybe I did not have enough water to activate the pigment the same way as it's been activated the other side. But For me, it's perfect. I don't like something 100% perfect. That's the perfect for me. That's the definition of perfection.
I agree with you. That would not worry me in the slightest.
Absolutely.
Do you know, we must be in the last minute now. I don't know if there's anything else you want to say about that, Anne,
so what I was about to do is, we can carry on at 8 p.m. Obviously, it's already no problem at all. What I was about to do is bring some stencils, do the same technique but different patterns, bring some patterns, build a nice background, and then start doing the stamping, and then creating focal points in a different way. But also what you can do is you can cut your piece of paper here, because you don't have to have the full butterfly. Can you see?
Yeah.
Just mind.
Half a minute left, Abs.
Excuse my dirty hands, my dirty fingers.
Oh, wait,
but you have
don't
half
worry about
slice,
that.
or you can work with that section here. You can actually have 2 cards.
Yes, of course.
And then, or if you're working on your journal page, you can cut this one, and they have 2 double page, but it's continuity. You have one wing one side and the other wing the other side, and then build more layers and build more.
We have 10 seconds left. You must come back at 8 o'clock, see more. Check those baskets out. Don't miss out on the happy hour as well. Another busy show, I'm sure, at 8 o'clock. See you very soon.